Hey, what's up, people of Earth? This is Dan Lockhart of Honda Valkyrie Dan Lockhart YouTube channel, and this is my episode that I'm going to do on my helmet, my Sena Momentum helmet. And as you can tell, we're kind of in the throes of winter here. It's technically not winter yet, but coming soon. Very close to Christmas, and obviously I haven't been able to do any riding for a couple of weeks now, but anyway, it was 0 degrees this morning when we got up and went to the coffee shop, and so I've kind of exchanged the motorcycle for my skis and snowboard now. But yeah, I'm not going to make it up there today up on the mountain. I like to go when kids are in school during the week, and we've got a little time before the holidays to get up there without a big crowd. So I might take advantage of that and go probably tomorrow. And anyway, this episode is about my helmet. As I stated earlier, it's got a camera in the top of it. And when I first started making the videos, I thought I was going to just simply use the camera on the top of my helmet. But as it turns out, it was not that good of footage. It's not very quality compared to GoPro, and I'm using my GoPro Hero 8 at this moment, and it doesn't have the stabilization in it like the GoPro does, and it actually doesn't do a very good job, and it's hard to transfer the output files from the helmet to a computer. The only way that I've been able to discover how to do it is to, take the micro card out of the helmet and put it, connect it USB-wise to the computer, which I find very cumbersome. And I don't want to do that. So I discovered early on, probably on the second or third episode of my season 3 years ago, that it wasn't something that I was going to use, but I do have some footage from it, and just to prove my point, I'm going to show you what the footage looks like out of my helmet cam. And we're getting very close to the end of the season for the channel. I'm going to do kind of a epilogue episode, a grand finale, and that'll wrap it up. So this is my second to the last episode of the season. And we'll pick it back up in around May, I guess. Somewhere around there. Middle of May, end of May in 2022. And having said that, hope you have a great Christmas holiday, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks a lot. Y'all have a good one. This is my Sena Momentum helmet, and I bought this helmet 3 seasons ago when I first started riding again. And I also have a HJC helmet. I have a half helmet, but I prefer the Sena because it's got a lot of really nice built-in features. The camera, unfortunately, in my opinion, isn't one of them, but that's not to say this isn't a really great helmet. It's got built-in Bluetooth and noise-canceling headphones that work really well. And if you make sure you have the chin curtain in there to kind of keep that wind from blowing up on the other side of the helmet. But it works relatively well, and it also has the capability of connecting in an intercom kind of way with, I think it's up to 8 different helmets or 8 different riders, however you choose to look at that. I've never done that because I ride solo, but it does have a microphone in the helmet, and I'm going to demonstrate that capability in one of the clips coming up here. And you can also talk on your telephone just through the helmet, through the Bluetooth, which works well. It takes a little while to get used to how you do the controls on the helmet. The camera controls are on the top, up by the camera, and then there's audio controls and Bluetooth controls that are on the side of the helmet, a plus, a minus, and a than just a negative button, and you hit different combinations of those buttons to make the helmet do different things. It took a little while to get used to all the functionality of the helmet, but I really like it, and it works out well for me. I could wear my sunglasses with it, or just a pair of regular glasses. So like I said, the first one that I got did not fit. The fit on this helmet is small, and so the first one that I got from some motorcycle shop in Florida, and unfortunately I ended up shipping it back to them. I had to pay the shipping charges back. This helmet here, the one that I'm using now, I bought from Revit, and so that's kind of the story of my Sena helmet. If you have any questions for me about the helmet, please leave them down in the comments and I'll respond back to you. Oh, also I wanted to tell you that black thing on the chin is actually a Bluetooth, a GoPro mount that I use the Sugar gluing process to glue that onto the helmet, and that works fairly well. But the thing that I don't like about recording anything off the helmet is every single bit of head motion shows up in the camera, and I personally don't like that. So anyway, I'll put some footage into this thing and then we'll wrap it up. There is one other thing that I wanted to tell you about in this helmet that I didn't really care for very much. To charge the helmet, it has a mini USB plug, and I don't even know why they do that these days. It just gives you so many opportunities to screw up that little pin, and I was starting to bend the pin on this thing, and because if you don't get the plug in there right, you're just going to push those pins over on the inside of the connection. And so what I did was I bought a conversion connection that converts USB mini to a USB-C type conversion, and that way you can't really screw it up when you plug it in to charge it. And the other thing is, you're probably wondering, how long can you listen to music through the helmet? I ride for, I ride all day, and I still have battery left, at least in the Bluetooth capability. When I get back to the house, the camera battery seems to only last for about 45 minutes, maybe an hour or so, but the battery that runs the audio part of the helmet, that'll go all day long. So that part I'm really happy with. Okay, let's get on with the demonstration of the camera and the helmet. As you can see, when the visor's up, the visor comes into the frame with the camera, and in a second here I'm going to lower that visor, and then I'm going to start talking on the microphone so you could understand how the acoustic within the helmet works, how the recording works within the helmet itself when you're doing like a voiceover to go along with the video. But as you can see, when I move my head side to side, everything, I just don't really care for that very much. I'd rather have a stable mount, like on my fairing or a chest mount. But I'm gonna close the visor here in a second once we get going up the side of the mountain here. In this ride, I'm riding up to Mount Crested Butte. I think I did this ride in pretty late fall. Was it a couple weeks ago, probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. Ballot was on the ballot, and basically
they were looking for an increase of taxes up to $25 million for Crested Butte to build a new fire station, a 4-bay fire station. Buy the property and build the station, and you know, I do support that. Got some neighbors that are in the fire service, and anything to make it a little better for those people. Yeah, it's a fairly insignificant tax in the long run. I think it's something the community can't afford. Should. Here we are. Pretty close. I'm just going to ride up to the building where our ski equipment is. Maybe I'll run in there real quick and if I remember the door codes. You know, I don't think I do remember the codes. I have to hold off on that. I'm sure all our equipment is in the locker and fine, no problem. Don't hurt to check on it every once in a while. I just paid our fee for the storage locker for the season. This is really nice to have this ski storage locker up here, because when we don't have to haul our equipment with us, we can just come up to the ski area, put our gear on, and hop on the lift. Our locker is right behind the two main chairlifts at the base. It makes it real handy. It's a little expensive, but I think it's worth it. You don't have to screw around with a bunch of stuff. I think the camera's still on. I hope I don't have any bugs up there. I don't use that camera normally when I'm recording for the channel. It's not a very good camera. This is the building, the Axtel building, where we have our gear stored. Oh.
Okay, so there you have it. That's my Sena Momentum video footage from my helmet. And yeah, it does all right. You know, it's not what I wanted it to be. It's not the quality that I expected. I think the biggest thing for me is the lack of the stabilization. GoPro has mastered that, in my opinion, and I think it behooves Sena if they could somehow partner with GoPro to put GoPro technology into their helmet, then they would be much better off. I don't even know if they do anything like that, but it'd be pretty cool if they did. But the microphone and the audio part of the helmet, all that is fantastic. The Bluetooth capabilities and all of that's really, really good. And the noise canceling, I have no complaints about any of that at all. But leave me a comment, tell me what you think about the helmet and the footage from the camera and the helmet, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye. If you got this far, I do appreciate you watching my video, and I would also appreciate a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. You can also set alarms for when I put the next video out there. It'll just pop right up for you. Thanks a lot. Have a great one. Bye-bye.